Welcome back to SnowRunner, everybody. So I tried recording this episode last night, and I was using the Mac Defense, which is now currently in my garage. But I had picked up the short logs and the consumables, drove all the way up here, followed this path. This path that's really muddy, and even the Zeke struggles to get up it. Came all the way up here, got to this point, figured, oh, I'll take this little shortcut, go up through here, and then this is like a rock climb, like expedition style rock climb, and I couldn't make it up with the Mac Defense, and of course I had a trailer, so I was trying to back up the trailer. Trailer flipped over, truck flipped over. So then I tried to come with the Zeeks and save it. Zeeks ran out of gas about right here, so I had to just recover back to the garage. Put a log crane on the Zeeks, then drove all the way back up here again. Couldn't flip. Well, I flipped the truck back over, but then I couldn't get the logs back in the freaking thing. It was just a whole thing. So I just deleted all the cargo, canceled the episode, recovered both trucks, and left it here. So we're gonna use the Zeeks this time, and we are gonna. Whoops. Whoops. And we're gonna get this done. So I'm not even gonna mess around with the Mac Defense, and that'll be that. Let's just map our way, because it's been a while since I played, and I don't really know the map. I am playing with the wheel, so that's fun. I'm gonna try to get a bunch of episodes recorded today because it is 10:30 a.m. My oldest son's in school. My youngest son's in daycare now. It's been the first week of that. I had off yesterday, but I had stuff I had to do yesterday, so I didn't really have time to record anything. But today I'm off. Well, I wasn't off yesterday. I was off during the day yesterday. I worked at night. But I am off all day today, so I'm going to try to get a couple episodes recorded. At least 3 is my goal. I don't know that they'll be an hour long each, but I'm at least going to try to get 3 done. I really want to get this region done so I can get on to North Carolina. Now with my youngest being in daycare full time, on days that I have off on the weekdays, especially if my wife is still working, because she has a varied schedule as well because she works in retail. So if she's not off and she's working, and my oldest is in school, my youngest is at daycare, I'll have time during the day that I can record. So that's what I'm doing right now. I've had a pretty slow week other than that. My wife is currently in Florida for a work conference, although her work conference is over, but she stayed a couple extra days to go to Disney because she loves Disney. So she comes back Friday night, but that's besides the point. But yeah, it's basically just been me for the week with the boys, taking them to this whole new big change that started this week. My oldest now gets on and off the bus at the childcare place, so yeah, I don't have to pick them up. I mean, I've been picking them up at like 4:30 because typically if I'm not working a show or an event, I'm just working 8 to 4. That's what we just consider like admin time, where we fix things or work on stuff that needs to be worked on that's not related to an event or whatever else. So but yeah, I worked 8 to 4 Monday and Tuesday this week, and then Wednesday I was off during the day, but I worked at 5 that evening for a little like orientation for one of our local schools that is an art school. So that was a quick thing. I was only there for a couple hours last night, but then today I'm off, which is Thursday. And then tomorrow I work 8 to 4 again because it's just a slow week event-wise for me. And the school that we had the orientation for last night is currently doing their big spring musical production. So I'm not working that. I've been doing other things the past couple weeks. But yeah, so that ends this weekend though. The last shows are this weekend. So. But yeah, so then Saturday, I forget what I'm doing. Oh no, Saturday I'm off. Sunday I work as a private event, I think. Next week is a busy week for me though. So we'll see. I don't really have. I don't know that I have any days off during the week next week. I might not. I know I work all day. 2 of the days, or maybe 3 of the days, like literally like 12 p.m. to like 12 a.m. Like, you know, it's technically all day, but a good portion of the day. And one of those days is my birthday, so that's... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I just realized that. Son of a bitch. I did this last night, too, when I was recording. Which, granted, I'm not going to use that episode. I just deleted it because it was pointless, because I spent, like, the entirety of the episode. It was, like, 45 minutes, 50 minutes when I finally stopped recording. And it was just like, you know what? Screw this. This isn't working. But this is the only thing I did. I tried to do this job, and it just didn't work. And then nothing against the Mac defense. It was totally my fault. I honestly don't even think this Zeeks could make that path. I don't know that I'm going to try it either, because I kind of want to get this job done. There's not much left that we can even do on this map, so it's going to be, you know... We only have a couple things to really do. Which, I guess, have I even checked the tasks? I don't even think I checked the tasks, did I? Or have I already done that? Yeah, and all the tasks are done, that's right. Okay, I thought that's what I did. It's just been a while, like, I haven't played SnowRunner in over a week, for sure. So, is this the right way? Here, I need to use... I haven't even been playing Expeditions. I've been playing Need for Speed Unbound because, you know, I started it and I knew it had online trophies, but I was like, they shouldn't be that bad. At least PSN profiles said they weren't that bad. But then I just realized that the game's just so repetitive, and I don't know, I needed a break. Grounded came out for PS5, and I've always wanted to play Grounded. I never thought I would be able to. So I've been playing that a lot, especially at night, like when the boys are in bed. I've been playing that. It's just super fun. Like, it reminds me a lot, if you've ever heard of the game Don't Starve, it reminds me a lot of that game, but like 3D. Because Don't Starve is still a survival type game, just like Grounded is, and you still have to craft items, you have to keep yourself fed and, you know, watered, you have to do all that stuff, you have to, you know, watch your watch your stats and everything. And Don't Starve is very similar. Obviously Grounded doesn't have like a what's the other thing? Like the thing that makes you like stressed out, insanity. It doesn't have a sanity thing, so obviously that's a little bit different. But I don't know, like, and Don't Starve is obviously kind of like a top-down, like isometric view kind of thing. Well, it's not really top-down, but you know what I mean. But and then I don't know, it's just they feel like the games are very similar. Like, I think my wife actually might like it because she loves Don't Starve. The only thing my wife is not a fan of is spiders and bugs, so I don't know, maybe she won't like it. But I've always kind of thought it was weird, and nothing against anyone that gets freaked out like by bugs and spiders even on a screen, but like I've always felt like it was like yeah, if I see a fucking spider crawling across the ground, it's gonna freak me out a little bit, but like I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna kill it. But like I don't know, it's never bothered me seeing it on a screen or like in a movie or, you know, whatever. Like, it's not like the bug's gonna touch me. It's, you know, it's just on a TV screen. So, but, and I know they put in the accessibility options where you can like make the spiders not look like spiders. They just look like these like ball things. But like, that's just goofy as hell. Like, I feel like if you're using that setting, you know it's a spider, so it's still gonna freak you out regardless of whether it looks like a spider or not. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself having arachnophobia, so I guess maybe I can't really speak on that, but I just, I've always thought it was weird. Now, claustrophobia, that is a phobia that I definitely have, and I can actually tell a little story about that. I was actually talking about this when I was trying to record this last night and totally failed, but I'll talk about it a little bit briefly. So, just, I don't really like to talk about my work too much, but I do work in like technical production, so I do a lot of stuff, and I work in a really old theater, so there's always things that need fixed or things that need, adjusted or changed or whatever. So anyway, we had to run. We used to have a input on stage, like an HDMI input for like a laptop if you wanted to run like a PowerPoint presentation. Man, I'm sorry, I can't lie. I have like the hiccups. Like if you wanted to run a PowerPoint presentation from the stage and have your computer on stage, you could plug it into this little panel that was off stage right. Anyway, I'll just use my controller for this. So, we used to have a video switcher at front of house, like at the tech desk at the front of house, and we were having issues with it where like it wouldn't switch, like it wasn't working properly basically. So we just took it out because we don't really use the stage HDMI like ever. Like it's very rarely used. And I don't know, the switcher just wasn't working. We typically always use, we have two projectors. There's one on the balcony railing that we can hit like a screen on the front of the stage, and then there's one on one of the like lighting trusses that's on chain motors that we can raise and lower. So you used to be able to plug a computer in on stage, and then at the video switcher you could choose which projector you wanted it to go to, regardless of, so you could either use the truss projector or you could use the balcony projector. So like it was nice to have it set up that way, because then, depending on what use you needed, you could use either projector. But since we removed the switcher, that input doesn't even work because it's basically just sending a signal to nowhere. Because like that's run by fiber, and the fiber line just isn't plugged into anything at front of house. And like we knew this was the case, but like we just didn't really think about this happening. And then we had some events where they wanted to present from the stage, and we were like, oh shit, that's not working, and we can't fix it quickly. And some people were pissed, and that's understandable. That was on us. But we came up with a solution to fix it, and the solution was we're just going to run a separate line over Cat5 with a balun, where you can plug in on stage and it'll run directly to the balcony projector. Now, if someone's running a presentation from stage, typically they're using the projection screen or like the movie screen that we can drop down, and that drops down on the very front of the stage. So there would be no reason they would use the truss projector. It just wouldn't be used in a sense, like, because the other thing we usually project on is just a scrim, which a scrim is just like or they can typically also be called sykes or like a cyclorama. It's just like a big white piece of fabric. It's not technically a projection screen, but you can still project on it. It just doesn't have the like gain that projection screens have. But we wouldn't ever use that in that situation because it's all the way on the back of the stage, or all the way upstage. I would get upstage and downstage confused. But anyway, it would look weird because then the person would be standing way in front of the screen, and like, I don't know. So it would always be the balcony projector anyway. So that's why we just kind of figured this was the best solution. And if we ever needed to use the truss projector in this situation, it's not that far. Like we could just run like a pretty long. I know you can't run HDMI super long. I don't know what the actual limit is, but this hill sucks. But we would be able to just run along HDMI directly to the projector and just drop it down the truss right stage right. So like it would be fine if we needed to do that in a pinch. But this way, we would have the balcony projector to be able to be controlled or plugged in from the stage, and we would have to switch the input on the projector in this situation. But that's easier to do. We have a remote for the projector. It's not hard to do at all, and that's the solution. So on Monday, me and my friend, who's also technically my boss or manager, 'cause he's the production manager. He's the one that is technically in charge of us full-time technicians. But he's been my friend for like 15 years, so I've known him for a long time. So it's really, he would never make me do something that he wouldn't do himself, basically. And, I don't know, it's like a respect thing. But anyway, it was just me and him that day, because the other two techs have been working their ass off with this musical that's happening right now. So we decided we needed to get this cable run, so we started running it. And there's a couple spaces that I had to crawl into. They're really spaces inside a ceiling that are really, really tight, and you basically can only be in a prone position crawling through the space, because you can't sit up, you can't stand up, like it's just a tight space. And it's a very old building, so it's all plaster and like, really old dimensional lumber that's like splintery and like dirty and like it's gross, like gross. You get completely black and it's awful. But anyway, I had to go inside. Basically, like the balcony overhangs the lower seats in the back side of the house. So I was in the ceiling there, but underneath the floor of the balcony seats, and the space that I had to crawl through was like a foot wide. So like, and I'm claustrophobic, but like the good thing about that space is that it is, damn it, it's tight, like height wise, but like left and right, like spatial wise to my sides was wide open, just because of the way that it's built up there. Like there's like beams and stuff holding everything up, but it's very open and it's not too bad. But like the tight space I had to crawl through definitely freaks me out, because I'm not a big fan of that. Like something touching my chest and my back at the same time really freaks me out. But like I had to get through it because I had to get this wire fish through this hole. So anyway, once I got through this space into where we need to fish the wire down through to the projector, I go to push it down through the hole and I cannot get it through the hole at all. And granted, it's probably like a ½ inch size hole, maybe a little bigger, maybe it might be an inch. I don't know. I couldn't really see the hole from up top. I could just see where the other wires were going down. But anyway, there was only like 3 wires going down, and one was another Cat 5 for the other Balun that's run, and then the other was a wire for a camera, and then the speaker wire. There's a speaker hung right there too for like under balcony fills. So I couldn't get it through, and my manager, or whatever, the production manager, well, just his name's Caleb. Caleb was right down below me, and he had like a piece of bent clothes hanger, like a metal clothes hanger, and he was sticking it up through the hole, and he's like, dude, it feels like there's something like there, like silicone or like, whatever. So the company that ran or installed the camera I guess it was just the camera. The company that installed the camera must have filled the hole with freaking like silicone caulk after they ran their wires through. So we couldn't run any more wires through it because the hole was filled. So we had to end up drilling a new hole, which was hard because I was up top telling him where things were, what he could drill through, and then he was down below trying to guess where those things are that I'm talking about. We had to drill a couple holes, but we finally figured it out and got the damn wire through. But I was up in that ceiling for probably 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. And like the next day I was so sore from like my chest, every like, you know, 12 to 16 inches felt bruised from like the whole way from like my neck all the way down like to my knees in that space pattern, because I was literally laying on like joists and rafters because there's nowhere for me to lay up there because it's a ceiling, and I can't put weight on the plaster because it'll just break. So like, dude, it's fucking awful, man. I hate going in those ceiling spaces, but like I'm one of those smaller guys. I mean, technically us three full-time techs are all about the same size. We're all about 6 feet. We're all about, you know, ranging from like 150 to 175 pounds. So like, you know, we're all about the similar thing. But like I tend to be the one that does it just because I don't know, I just do. I complain about it when I do it, but I still do it. It's not a fun place to be. That's for sure. But that space was definitely better than crawling in the ceiling 60 feet above the floor to replace a light bulb, because that's not fun. Because that, you are not on wood at all. You're literally on what is called the reinforced plaster ceiling, and the reinforcement is not that reinforced, so like it's very sketchy, and it freaks me out when I have to do it. I do not like doing it. I had to do it a couple weeks ago, and I really hope I don't have to do it again in a while, because I have to like really work up the courage to do that because it's terrifying. We really probably shouldn't be doing it either, but there's no other way to change it. Like, that's the only way to change the light bulbs in that part of the building. Man, this path sucks, dude. Like, what is this? Come on, truck. Why are you not going up this? I can't see. Am I stuck on something? Yeah, that rock is what I'm stuck on. I'm just gonna use my controller here for a second because it's hard to get up this hill. That's where I got stuck with the Mac defense right there. Please don't flip, because I do not have a crane. Okay. Okay. Oops. Alright. That's the only other thing I can do, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this is the only other thing I can do. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna... I'm not wasting time driving this back. And I need to change this back. Alright. This is going to be a lot of driving. Should I get the 6 slot? I hate using the 6 slot, but if I got the 6 slot, would that really even help me? I need 4 metal beams, so yeah, I guess it would. I just hate the 6 slot, dude. It's so long. Alright, so let's just work on the metal beams and all that stuff first. And then I'll figure out, I'm assuming I have to take stuff to the cabin zone. I think I have to take a generator there still too. But let's work on this stuff first. Doing good on time. We can probably get this done. If not done, we'll get it. At least to the cabin done. Cabins. Alright. Let's just do the 4 metal beams. And where do they need to go? Up there. So should we just follow the road, or should we go that way? Let's go that way. Alright. So I get back out here on the road, I'll use my wheel. Alright. Have they announced year 4 yet? Because I swear there's a map on the test server. You can see it on the map runner page. But I don't know, maybe they did announce it, I just didn't hear about it. I feel like there's been a lot of ski resorts lately. British Columbia had a ski resort too. Cruising up this mountain. Why? I really hate when it like randomly stalls like that. It doesn't make any sense. Like I could see it doing that if it was like a full manual, like if you could play in full manual and you didn't shift when you needed to, it would stall, but like it's automatic. So why does it stall? This doesn't make any sense. This honestly is like the first map that I've really seen this modded Zeke struggle. Dude, these freaking contracts suck, man. Holy crap. Am I going the right way? Where's my... Oh, I marked it there. Oh shit. Alright, can I get this off my screen, please? I can't see the freaking... Alright, I should have kept going straight, not turned. Alright, well I guess... That's blue snow, so I'm not driving up that. I guess we're just gonna have to drive... Ah, oh, dude, that's so far, man. God damn it, I don't... That snow is gonna be impossible to drive through. I'm just like... I don't think there's any chance I drive up that. Although maybe... Because if I could just drive up this, that'll make this easier. We're definitely churning away. It's just gonna be a little slow going, I guess. I think once we deliver these metal beams, I'm gonna end this episode and I'll start another one. Just because, like, we're already at 40 minutes. It's gonna be 45 by the time I get up here, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I may just delete the trailer and recover, so I don't have to drive all the way back. It's actually not going too bad up this hill. I thought it would be worse. I wonder if it would just be better to just drive all the way up this. It would be slow, but I think it's the most direct route. Alright, so I need 2 metal rolls and 2 wooden planks. But like I said, I'm going to do that in the next episode. We'll finish this off in the next episode, but I'm going to end this episode here just because really I'd have to drive all the way back, or I can just recover back, but I don't know. I think it's honestly would be the better choice to just drive all the way up this. Because we did about a third of it. It didn't take that long. So, yeah, I'm probably just going to recover. I'll go pick up these things in the next episode, and then we'll deliver them. So I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Have a good one.